This video has been sponsored by EA. What is up, my friends? My name is Echo, and today I'm asking the question, will Command & Conquer Rivals be the newest mobile strategy esport? And we're going to look at some replays today of me dominating the competition as I'm figuring out the game for myself, as well as talk about some points regarding that topic. Before we get into any of this, guys, I want to remind you that Command & Conquer Rivals is a real-time strategy mobile game brought to us by EA's Redwood Studios, and it looks like my battle is about to begin. As you're going to see in a moment, I've just unlocked a new winged unit called the Orca, and my plan here was to check out the Orca, try it out, and see exactly what it does in these battles. As you can see, I start out with my harvester heading up there to try and gain that advantage. Remember, the more resources you have, the quicker you build up resources, and the more you're able to train troops more quickly, dominate the competition, win the battle, basically how things go. And I go in with a different strategy here today, guys. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Notice I'm not sending any units out just yet. Here we go with my first vessel out there, and as you can see, coming into some rocketed armored men right there, but it looks like we're going to try and win this. I drop my turret in there as well. I'll take them out, start gaining this advantage. So this battle, I use a different strategy than I'm going to use in the next three. Hope you guys stick around to see all of that. Before I go any further, guys, I want to remind you that I do come out with content every single day on my channel for multiple strategy games. So if you'd like to, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on anything, guys. All right, as you can see, we're coming out with the big tank right here, going around, trying to get onto their pad so that I can get that missile going in that direction, and things are looking pretty good as of now. We're coming on in, beginning to dominate a little bit here, as we do have a bit of the advantage with some big artillery on the field. And I want to let you guys know, before I go into any further with any of the replay, I want you guys to tune in at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on January 12th for the Command & Conquer Rivals launch celebration. The link to that is in the description below. It's going to be on Twitch, and it's going to be live. I'm going to be there checking it out, guys, and I hope that you check it out with me, and we can chat it up in the chat going on during the live stream. I have one missile dropped in right there. Things are looking great. I have plenty of troops out on the battlefield right now. And do I actually get an Orca into this? We're going to have to see in a moment. The whole idea was, here we go. Here's the first Orca ever. And it's worth noting, the Orca can go and directly attack the opponent's base, taking down hit points as well. So not only can just the missile take that down, but you can use your winged units as well. And you're going to see an example of my enemy trying to do that to me in a later battle. Hope you guys watch that one, because I didn't know this could happen until it started happening to me. But after this match, we're going to get into the details and reasons why I feel that Command & Conquer Rivals can be the next strategy mobile esport. But we'll wait until this batch is over so you guys can watch the ending of this one go down. I'm trying to get my units right now onto the pad so that they can get that tilted in the right direction. As you can see right now, we are starting to dominate that tilt, and we're going to take down the opponents right here as we shoot off that final missile. Round one, GG. Echo wins this one. Let's see what goes down in the next one in a moment. So in the upcoming battles, guys, you're going to notice I did change up my arsenal. We're going in really heavy, and we're going to start off very slow, trying to build up that power and get some big units on the battlefield. So as we search right here, we can begin our discussion on esports and Command & Conquer Rivals. You guys can watch the battles go down as we have this discussion, but the first thing that I think that is key for Command & Conquer Rivals becoming an esport is that it has an ease of play. What I mean by that is it's easy for people to play the game and get into the initial stages of it. Really just play and have fun, be casual with the game. By doing that, it's allowing people to get a feel for the game, fall in love with the game, become addicted to the game, because it's not too hard to understand. Some games that you jump into, they are so difficult to actually get a handle on that you lose interest before you actually get invested in the game. Command & Conquer Rivals does not have that issue. You can get right into the game and have fun from the start, eventually developing yourself into a player that may be esports ready. That was the first tip. Now we're going to look at the battle right here, and notice that the opponent is leaning that missile right towards me, and I did not get anything down yet. Just trying to build up for the heavy units to be dropped onto the battlefield. And well, we're seeing that happening pretty darn soon. My harvester is still going, and now we're coming in with the big boys. The big guns are on the battlefield, and it's time to start doing some work here, guys. We're gonna take out a bunch of theirs. And behind, we got that turret popping up. I love the turret being able to drop up in any section of the base that you want, or the map, I should say. Now, as we watch this battle go down, I want to get into my second element of why I think esports are a great place for Command & Conquer Rivals. And it's easy to play, but it has those deep roots. That's what I'm kind of saying here, guys, and by that I mean you could invest time into this game. This is similar to my first one, but you could invest the time and really make this a strategic, deep, involved, solid game for the competitive scene. Like I said, it's easy to get into, but it's hard to master. If you guys were listening, you probably heard me say that earlier on in the video. So with those elements, those two are a great start to the battle. And right here, you can see my first missile being dropped out right here. And notice, guys, I have so many units on the battlefield right here. It's gonna be very hard for the opponent to come back from this and actually defeat me just because of the amount of heavy units I have on the battlefield. The third option as to why I think this is a great game for esports is it's addicting, guys. It has the element of the game where you receive rewards for winning. You can upgrade yourself. So people that are grinders in games, they're gonna want to get those crates. They're gonna want to upgrade things, and stay tuned until the end of the video so you can make sure you see me opening the crates that I earned during these battles. So if you're a player that's you know, motivated by rewards, Command & Conquer Rival has it. You're going to be hooked, and you're going to watch the battles as they're live on the esports scene. In this third battle, you guys are going to notice that I'm coming in with the same exact strategy that I used in the second battle, being patient, building up those heavy units, and then going in strong after I take a missile from the opponent. What I want you guys to let me know right now is in the comments, will I win this battle after taking some fire early on? Now, we're going to get into the final reason why I think Command & Conquer Rivals is going to be an esport, and a successful one at that, and that is your attacking options and your factions. In the game, you have two factions that you could be. You could be the GDI or the NOD, and these factions have different elements of attack, different units, and that's what I mean by different attack options. All the different units in the game have different abilities, do different things, different strengths, and different weaknesses. Learning those units, learning how to play them and when to play them is going to be key to being a successful player in the game, and it's going to add such a variety to this game and to the competitive scene for Command & Conquer Rivals as well. With that being said, at any point in time, more units can be added to the game, diversifying gameplay and allowing players to have new strategies and new ways to defeat or take on their opponents. So with those four key elements, guys, I do think that this can be a successful esport, and I really hope that we see it on that scene, and hopefully I'll be there covering it with you guys, either in a live format or in video content on the channel. So again, make sure you subscribe, and if you're enjoying this so far, guys, throw a thumbs up on the video, show some love to your boy Echo. Now right here, you'll notice I did come in with some lighter units to start. My plan here is to get the lighter units and drop them behind my heavies, but I had to come in here quickly because that missile, it was turning. I already took fire one time, and there was a lot coming in on me right here, but we got the heavy units dropped down right now, guys, and they're gonna come in, take down that turret, and take down a bunch of these troops that are giving me a bit of a hard time. We're trying to get ourselves on the platform so the missile doesn't go off onto my base, and we are successful. Now look at this. They have their Orca up in the air. Now it's in the shade. We can't see it. I'm letting go the first missile. We now have a tie battle. Gonna get my missile launching guys right there on that Orca. The Orca's going down. Feeling a little bit safer right now. So the Orca has the ability to attack my base, but doesn't have the ability to add weight to the platforms, tilting the missile one way or the other. So like we were just talking about strategy and different ways of using the units, the Orca can be very deceiving, very fun. I can't wait to see high-level gameplay using that unit. Now right here, we did have the advantage, but very quickly that missile was turning in the other direction. We're getting some of our heavies out here to really tank for the lighter units that I have on the battlefield, and as we can see right now, it's going fairly well. More rocket launchers coming out. We have the turret being dropped right over here in the south, and as you can see, the missiles quickly leaning towards the opponent. We got machines on machines, the missiles launched. That's going to be victory number 3, and I have one more for you guys that you're going to want to see. It's a good one. And we're getting into our 4th and final battle right here, guys. Going in super heavy this time around, hoping that I could make the opponent pay in the end game. I want to remind you guys that if you have not tried out Command & Conquer Rivals, the link is in the description below. Super fun, super easy to jump right into and understand, but maybe a little bit harder to get to the point where you're dominating the competition. As you can see right here, I got my harvester in there, ready to get that advantage of resources, and we're just waiting. We're gonna take that initial shot, guys. Spoiler alert, we are gonna take that initial missile. As the opponent begins to tilt that missile, I start to worry. I worry every single time that I'm going to take that initial shot, but it's worked out okay for me so far. Will it work out okay for me right here? We're going to find out in a moment. We're getting the first unit in the battlefield, but notice I am waiting to send out that unit so that I can have some support behind it. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think about Command & Conquer Rivals becoming an esport. I'd love to get a discussion going with you guys. I promise I will come back to the comments and answer your thoughts. There we go, taking that first shot. It feels bad, man, but we're going to come back strong and hopefully be able to bring in the victory. Here we go. We have our first unit making its way. Now the second, and the cool thing is their turret already ran out of steam, so I didn't have to deal with it. That was a wasted 40 points for them for the harvester. Worked out okay. Now we're coming in and we're trying to clear out their platforms, gain that advantage back, and they have a lot of troops working on us right there. I did drop in my turret as well that I'm trying to get to actually take down some of the stuff, help me out a little bit, because I didn't want my large units to get taken down completely. So far, we're doing big things right now, guys. That missile's turning in the opposite direction, but my units are very low in health. And notice they do have their Orca right up there, soon to be hiding in the shade. Now, if the opponent were a little bit smarter, I feel they would have taken out my harvester, made me lose that advantage and have to invest in another harvester, but that's not how things went down right here. All right, so we're getting all of our troops onto the platform, trying to tilt this in the proper direction, which is away from my base. I definitely want to be able to bring home the victory. We have another Orca coming in right here. And check out what they're about to do, guys. This opponent is trying to take down my base with their Orca. Notice the screen all red on the outside is giving me warning that my base is being attacked. And luckily I had some troops ready to go right there, and we're able to take them down. Now, if you notice, as I take one missile into their home base, my health is no longer at half from my base. It is a little bit below because it did take damage from those Orcas. So what I need to do is either get some, well, I don't have any units that can go on their base, so I basically have to get that missile over there, make sure that they don't send any Orca my way. And as you can see right here, we got a lot of troops on the platforms right now, and only more coming. It's leaning heavily in their direction, looking pretty good right now. The resources are building, and it's just time to just completely dominate them. I could have gone after their harvester as well. Maybe I should have, but no need right there, guys. We're bringing in the victory, 4 out of 4. We're also going to get into some of the rewards that you receive as you're playing this game. So if you are that person that's driven by reward, driven by crates and things like this, that element of the game is here in Command & Conquer Rivals. While we look through what I'm getting from the crate, I'm going to remind you guys that at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on January 12th, Command & Conquer Rivals is having a launch celebration over on Twitch, and it's CNC Rivals over on Twitch. Link is in the description below. Again, I will be hanging out in the chat over there. Hopefully you guys can catch me in the chat and say what's up to your boy Echo, because you know I like a little bit of love too. Check this out, guys. We got the level 5 upgrade. We're going to collect some more rewards as we go, and as we collect these rewards, I'm going to remind you guys that you can always find me over on Discord. Link is right over there or in the description below, or if you have questions for me regarding Command & Conquer Rivals or any other game that you're playing, hit me up over on Twitter at Echo Through Me. Now, as I continue to collect these rewards, we're getting that Shockwave Trooper as well, one that I haven't spent much time using in the game yet, but I know they will find their place. And as we look right here, you're going to see I do have some loot, and I'm trying to decide which units I actually want to upgrade. Now we do have the helipad, we have the tech lab, which is one of my favorites so far. I can't wait to unlock these troops down below. And I believe I go with the orca on the helipad just so I can mess around with the unit and try and figure out how it works, because again, we're here having fun, trying to figure out how to dominate in Command and Conquer Rivals. But again, for the last time, I will tell you guys the link to download the game is in the description. This game is a ton of fun. Hope you enjoy it when you do download it, and make sure you leave your comments down below so that I can know what you think of the game. But for today, guys, that's been it. I'll see all of you back here again tomorrow. Until then, be good.